This cat has been harassing us for the past 2 days. We don't know her.
This is the story of Timmy, a fluffy little troublemaker who showed up one day and, after a bit of hesitation, decided she was home. What happened next? Well, let's say her new humans had no idea what they were signing up for.
What are you doing? You licking my pocket? Ow! You're crazy! You're crazy!
When Timmy first appeared, she was skittish and nervous, darting back beneath the shed the moment anyone spotted her.
Okay. Yeah. Right back to here, right? I can't come with you under there. I'm sorry. There's no way for me to do that.
But hunger has a funny way of building courage. So despite the fear, this mysterious feline would plant right by the door every day, announcing her presence with a symphony of meows. A little turkey later, and she'd figured out exactly where her next meal was coming from.
Okay, so she doesn't let me come up to pet her. If I try, she'll run away. She hisses at me. Alright? I have food in here for her. It's nice and warm. An old pillow, a towel, and another blanket.
Here's the strange part, though. Timmy didn't look like she'd been surviving on the streets. Her coat was fluffy and well-kept, her appearance far too pristine for a cat who'd been fending for herself. Graham and his partners searched everywhere, checking every lost pet listing they could find in the area. Nobody was looking for her. Despite discovering a reliable food source, Timmy wasn't ready to trust humans just yet.
Oh my god, that's a pet. That's a pet. I don't think she hated it.
Then came a bitterly cold night. The couple faced an impossible choice as they watched Timmy shivering outside. They knew she'd absolutely hate being grabbed and brought inside against her will. But they couldn't leave her out there to freeze, and eventually they made the call. While Timmy was distracted with her meal, they scooped her up and brought her into the warmth. As predicted, she was not pleased about this development, and she made it abundantly clear that indoor living was not her preference. The couple set her up in the bathroom where she'd have a less overwhelming space to adjust.
Here are her boxes, her fort, litter box. We have a gazillion treats for her. We're bringing the sweet girl to the vet soon.
Even in the bathroom, Timmy's transition wasn't smooth. Graham began sitting with her in the bathroom, just being present so she could gradually get comfortable with having him around. 4 whole days passed before Timmy finally started to settle down. But when she did settle, something remarkable happened. The transformation was almost unbelievable. Timmy began venturing out of the bathroom regularly, and suddenly, she wasn't just tolerating human contact, she was seeking it out. The standoffish cat who used to hiss and run away became incredibly, almost obsessively cuddly. She'd crawl into someone's lap and then just completely melt, going entirely limp as if her bones have dissolved. Dinner time brings out Timmy's wild side in the best way possible. Once she's finished eating, she transforms into a furry tornado. She zooms around the house at top speed, doing flips and acrobatic moves that would make a gymnast jealous.
That was a crazy combo.
Whoa. You just...
The most dramatic shift comes at bedtime, though. This is when Timmy becomes a completely different creature. The Zoomie-loving young machine turns into the most devoted sleeping companion imaginable. This adorable creature who discovered the joy of cuddles doesn't just sleep near humans, she sleeps on their faces. Of course, adopting a surprise cat comes with questions and concerns for others. Some people jump to conclusions, assuming there might be kittens hidden under that shed or that Timmy hadn't received proper care. But Graham made sure to address those worries. They checked thoroughly under the shed for every possible angle. There were no kittens. And after taking Timmy to the vet, they got clear answers. The vet found a complete lack of development in her reproductive area, and given how young Timmy is, confirmed there was virtually no possibility of kittens. Timmy also received all her necessary shots, was dewormed, and underwent a full blood test that came back completely clear. She had no microchip, and despite their extensive searching, nobody in the area was missing her. Looking back, Graham and his partner never imagined they'd be adopting a cat when that fluffy face first appeared at their door. But Timmy had her own plans. She sees them as her parents now, and she's made it abundantly clear that she's exactly where she belongs.
Hey, that's my shoe. That's my shoe.
Yep, you see that? That's blood. That hurts. No, you can't run away from your problems, Timmy. Can you apologize to me? Thank you. That's very kind.
Timmy found her people. Or maybe, more accurately, she decided they were her people and moved herself right in. And ever since that decision was made, she's been thoroughly, completely, and obviously happy. The cat distribution system never fails.